Hi, I'm Antoni. I'm the fourth son of Auntie Daisy and Uncle Ariel, and I have 3 older brothers. I like to call them monsters because it's what I liken them to. It's a pet name in a way. I'm 18 years old. I was born on January 30th, 1998, and that was what I like to call the christening of the final product.
I'm Adrian, the oldest, smartest, arguably best looking. I am 24 years old and I'm related to Antoni by being his prototype and his best role model.
I'm Alec. I'm Antoni's older brother. I'm the second brother of the family. I'm not the greatest role model for him, but I'm pretty smart, so I guess he could follow that.
I'm Andrew. Actually, I'm Ace. I'm his older brother. It's not an argument if I'm the best looking. And I play sports. Yes.
Growing up with 3 older brothers was interesting in a way because having an even number was perfect for fighting. It could be everyone could take sides. And then for actual fighting, like Nerf battles or pool fights, fun stuff like that. Being the youngest, I felt that I was targeted because I was weaker than everyone else, which was fun, you know, it was great. I have the most bullets on my vest, or like be the wettest person, or have the most scars when we're playing soccer out on the field.
It was more like him doing what we told him to do. It was like, go grab me this, go grab me that, and I want to play this, and he didn't really have a say in anything. He still doesn't, actually.
I think growing up, since we're all boys, we played rather roughly, like pillow fights and whatnot. And I guess
that's rough.
I guess sometimes when we would like hit too hard or wrestle each other, he'd be the first one to cry. So we'd have to be like, shh, quiet. So we have to like bring him toys or like candy to bribe him or like cover his mouth and be like, quiet, don't say anything. Because he would cry so loud and mom would be able to like hear through her sixth sense or something.
Growing up with him, I think I was, I guess the meanest to him. I don't know, he was just an easy target. I was the older middle child, so I wasn't like Adrian, I had to set an example or take care of everyone else. I kind of do my own thing. And I guess, I don't know, I had fun. But he, he's tough.
Yeah.
Sometimes.
I remember that every afternoon we would all sleep in Andrew and Alec's room because at that time we're all very tiny. And so we would have these, we'd make forts and we'd give each other roles, but I'd get the lamest one. I would be like the security guard or like the scout while they were like, the analyst or like the leader. And this one time they put me under they told me to go under the bed, and then they stuffed all of the pillows underneath it and blankets. I was stuck under there. It's a miracle how I didn't develop like claustrophobia or something, because that was dangerous.
Oh, he has a lot of nicknames.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Putz, Butt.
I call him Butt.
Oh, Nini Futz.
Nini Futz.
Thones, what is it?
Thones.
Okay, there's a story behind this.
Okay.
We all got custom towels when we were young. It's a towel that said Adrian, Alec, Andrew, but they messed up on Antoni's and it said Antoni. So in my head, I just started going off. I started trying, hey Thony, or hey Thones. You get really mad. I started, Annie, want an ice cream Thone? Or you want to watch that movie, Indiana Thones?
Game of Thrones.
Game of Thrones.
Well, Antoni, I feel like out of both of our parents, he is most like our mom. When things wouldn't go Antoni's way, he would become sassy and emotional. And Mom, I'm not trying to disrespect you or anything, but it's kind of like,
You got yourself in the foot there.
okay, I'm gonna be quiet
Someone's
now.
not getting allowance today. I have to agree. Just he's just like mom. They're very neat, organized, and they do things the same way every time. And if it's not done their way, then they do get a little more emotional, a little more, uptight. And also, I guess, the reason he's not like dad, because dad's very loose and, free-flowing, he's really funny. Antoni is very, cordial, polite, PC, and, he's just not like dad that much.
Like mom, in addition to being meticulous, he's like a few clicks away from OCD. I mean, he can tell when things aren't moved. Antoni actually sets up traps, like where he balances certain things, so when his drawer is moved and they fall, he can tell when someone's been in there. So that's just a ridiculous level of like security measures and whatnot.
I'm blaming my mom for making me a little OCD. I think I got those genes from her. I feel I related more to my mom because I guess she would take care of me and sometimes even coddle me when my 3 older brothers were making fun of me. And she'd always be there to swoop in and protect me, be my guardian angel. And I'm grateful to her for that. And I guess I'm a mama's boy. I would just chalk it up to that.
Well, back when we lived in Waikele, we used to play a lot of sports in our driveway, and one of them was football, and Antoni was not good at catching balls at all. Like, he could not. We tried teaching him one time, and he tried catching the ball like this.
One of my most memorable experiences with my family when I was younger was pretty terrible in hindsight. We took a vacation up to Big White for skiing and snowboarding, and my parents decided that it was okay to let my brother Alec lead us around skiing and snowboarding.
It was late in the afternoon. I said, hey guys, let's go down this one run, the hummingbird run. And they're like, okay. But then Adrian looks to the ski lifts. He's like, Alec, the ski lifts aren't going. And I said, no, they're going. Don't worry about it. We got this. So we go down the whole slope. It's a pretty long slope.
Turns out the ski lift was actually closed by then, so we had to walk the entire way up. I'm pretty sure it was like 10,000 miles. Now it's probably just like 1, but I was small back then, tiny little Filipino boy out in the cold. That's not a good mix.
And by the end of it, Antoni was crying. Because it was super long. We kept making fun of him, and he kept slipping, I think. And I was like throwing snowballs at him, always trying to go up.
I was bawling, there's snot coming out of my nose. My brothers are laughing at me, they're playing. But I guess I like that memory because that even though it was very cold, that I got to spend time with my brothers, and I guess it was for the better because now that I'm older, we can't spend as much time with each other anymore. So I cherish the good memories and kind of the bad memories. The brother I think I'm closest to is gonna have to be Andrew because age. I feel that when I was younger, Andrew would have to go with me because Adrian and Alec would always go with each other, being the 2 older ones. So I feel like through every Nerf battle and soccer scrimmage, he would be there for me to take care of me.
When we were younger, we used to rant about my 2 older brothers all the time, how they would make us do stuff we didn't want to do, how they'd bully us all the time.
My mom told me that Andrew really wanted to pick me up as a little baby, so he did, and then he dropped me on the ground, so he never got to do that again. But I guess that just shows how close you can be even after they drop you on your head on wooden floors. So, well, I guess another key difference between my brothers and I is that I currently do not have a driver's license. And honestly, I think I blame you guys for it because I have technically 3 chauffeurs, and because mom and dad forced me to do it, I feel that I was spoiled because of you 3. So I'm not the one to blame here. I'm the victim, if anything.
So it's like every time during lunch or dinner, can someone give me a ride? I need to be here by 12. And we're more than willing to do it. No, we're not. No.
I always, whenever he asked for a ride, I was like, Annie, aren't you in track and cross country? Can't you just run there?
And then when he joined paddling this past year, we were like, oh no, it's okay, Antoni. We live right in front of the beach. You could just paddle your way.
Paddle to school.
It's not fun driving him, to be honest, because he complains all the time when I pick him up. Oh God, I hate this girl, or this guy pushed me, or something. I don't know. It's the same thing every single time.
He's also very particular on time. So like, let's say you're driving him and you're gonna run a little late. He keeps looking at his watch or his phone. You're like, okay, well, I'm gonna get there when I get. Yeah.
He doesn't cover his emotions or what he's thinking at the time. He's very obvious.
No, but I am grateful for you guys driving me everywhere, even though you guys give me hell about it, literal hell about it, and that I'll get there eventually, kind of.
But I think more seriously, he's the one that steps up the most because we're all really lazy. So whenever, you know, someone says someone has to walk the dog or someone has to clean up, I'll just kind of look at Antoni and he'll usually step up more often than not.
Yeah.
Thank you, Antoni. Obviously me, because I think I caused the least trouble when I was a toddler and in childbirth. And you know, she said I was an angel, and still an angel.
No, that's definitely wrong. Alec gave mom and dad the most grief going through puberty. So to that end, I think I'm the best cat boy because, I mean, I'm number one. There's nothing else to really say there.
No, clearly I'm the best because I'm always home. I'm always helping out with chores in the house. Never come home late. I never go out and hang out with my friends all the time. Unlike Antoni, of course.
Mom's favorite cat boy currently is Atticus. When she came home from Vegas, she didn't even give me a second look. She ran straight to Atticus and hugged him for 20 minutes. But I guess when we were younger, I think her favorite cat boy was me. Has to be me. Because yes, Adrian was the smartest, and Alec is the most artistic, and Andrew is the most athletic and social person. But I draw upon their strengths and their weaknesses as well and bring it into something that I feel has shaped me, at least partially, because I'm not super smart, but you know, I get good grades. I'm not really artistic, but I pretend. And I'm not social, but you know, fake it till you make it. And athletic-wise, I'm kind of behind on the curve right now. APs were brutal, but I'll pick it up this summer, you know. I'll get the gains, hopefully. I feel my transition into Iolani wasn't too hard. I mean, yeah, on the first day I did come in a collared shirt and my hair was gelled all the way back, and by the afternoon it was standing up on top of my head. So I guess people thought I was a little weird, or maybe it was just me. I feel like I made friends easily because we're all young back then and there weren't really that many cliques at Iolani. But it was definitely a different environment because I didn't have many of my old friends there. So that was a little challenging at first. But I feel like being social wasn't too hard in lower school. Entering high school was a little different because you're put into a different environment where you don't see the same people every single day in your classroom. You go to class and there are different people in there. I could count my friends on one hand back then, especially in 9th grade. Freshman year was the most trying for me, just to figure out not even who I was, but like what I wanted to do, what my grades were gonna be, if I was gonna get headmasters. And I guess in hindsight, a lot of that didn't really matter because I just needed to open myself up more to friends, not be so shy. And I made some terrific friends along the way. A lot of them are in this room, so shout out to you guys. Yeah, I feel that Iolani was an interesting experience. For the better, I think I've changed. Socially, I used to be very closed off and independent, and I think that's from growing up with 3 older brothers, so you feel like you're gonna be attacked, like you don't know when you're gonna be like ambushed. So I feel that I could just learn to be more trusting and that I can open up to people and give them a second chance, because I'm very critical of others, so I've tried to, you know, stop doing that and try to be a normal, functioning social individual in society. Having my 3 older brothers go through Iolani was, well, I feel in the way that Adrian set the path because he was like the perfect student. He was a good speaker, he got good grades, he was a good boy. Then Alec put a few potholes in the road, you know, he like fail a test here, get a C, you know, caused mom and dad a lot of stress. And then Andrew, which is a tornado, who just like uprooted the entire road, and then all the teachers hated me, which was terrific because I have no like lasting relationships with them.
Actually, there's something Dad says about this. He said when Adrian first went to Iolani, he paved the way, for better or worse. When Alec got into Iolani, he pretty much ignored that road. Andrew actively sought to destroy that road. So now Antoni, who's having a lot of the teachers that we had, has very mixed impressions from what they see. Oh, it's another Catalan. Oh, you're Andrew's brother? Oh, are you related to Alex? So yeah, he has a lot of fixing up to do for what we did.
Seeing my brothers around school was, I guess, a struggle for me because I didn't want to be associated with them.
Yeah, there was a moment when I was still in school as a senior and Antoni was in high school as well at Iolani, and we see each other at the ends of the hall. I wave at him and he just turns around and goes the other way to get to class.
I would turn around, walk around the building just to like circumvent him. I don't know why. I guess just because like they would bully me a lot, but like, you know, playfully. And so I just didn't want to be associated with them in that way.
At the start of the year, I kind of figured out where Antoni would be when he was walking in between classes. And even though I had a class, I'd go out of my way and embarrass him. Like, I'd start singing in front of all of his friends and I'd annoy him while he was walking. And
they'd like jeer at me, and like whenever they see me, Andrew would poke fun. So I was just like, I would be super salty all the time because I felt like I could never get away from them. But now I realize that I don't have to get away from them, I just have to accept them for who they are, for better or for worse.
Adrian had this teacher, Miss Miyamoto, in 9th grade English, and you know, he did really well. He was on the speech and debate team, and you know, he did well in her class. I had Miss Miyamoto when I got into 9th grade for English, and in one of her classes, I was eating an apple that my friend Jeremy gave me, and I choked on the apple, and it was the middle of class. She was talking in front of the class, you know, explaining the next speech. I was like, I ate it, I choked on it, and I was like, and I threw up on the table, and she's like, Alec, just get out of my class. So I left.
And she cleaned it up.
She had to clean it up.
And then a couple of years later, Antoni had
Miss Miyamoto.
Yeah.
And so she's like, Mr. Catalan, so good to see you. I know your brothers. And so I didn't do too good in that class. No headmasters that year. Sorry, Mom and Dad. think the best student at Iolani out of the 4 boys, my mind is telling me Adrian, the oldest, the pioneer of Iolani, who had it the hardest. But my ego and my heart is telling me that it's me. It's always going to be me. I feel that I've changed the most because I was very closed off. I was not as socially skilled or adept as my brothers, and I feel that now I'm better at it. A defining moment that I feel really changed me at Iolani was the cross-country trip my senior year. We went to Palo Alto, California for the Crystal Springs Invitational, and just adventuring with my friends and being sort of independent for once was a new experience for me, and I really enjoyed it because I got to make new friendships with people I never thought I'd ever talk to before. The cross-country team is so huge, and being one of the individuals to being invited to go was very humbling, and I got to really connect with my coaches, and I just feel like I learned how to trust other people more and also take a chance on others.
I see Antoni in a career where he gets to choose his clients. As we've said, he's very picky with the people he talks to. So maybe something like a lawyer or some kind of like business consultant, I think that's where he might hit his stride.
Wait a minute, no, but you're forgetting about when Antoni was younger, he really showed promise in water bending because he was very good at splashing water and playing with bubbles. And you know what they say, at a young age, if they show promise in something like that, then they should be successful. So I think he has a promising career in water bending.
He always plays with bubbles. So
Yeah.
I don't really get it.
I think Antoni would have a career in cleaning up messes because he makes the most mess. In our study room in our old house, we'd find cardboard, paper, tape, glue all over the ground because he would create these ridiculous art creations and waste a lot of the materials, and we'd have to all clean it up.
But, you know,
He's an independent guy, you know. He takes care of himself, he does his own thing.
Other than driving.
Other than driving. But no, he's definitely a family person. He's very oriented to family, always thinks about family first, so that's good.
That's something that we don't really have that quality.
think about family.
Yeah, you can think about it, but doesn't mean you act.
Yeah, you're lazy, that's why I don't do anything.
That's true.
Come on, give me a try. Now I might never stop your sorrow, fix you up good as new, but that don't mean that I can't hold your hand in mine.
Antoni, I graduated from UH Manoa this semester, and I have one tip for you. Make friends with the smart people in your class, because if you don't, and you have to do group projects with them, you'll have to carry the teams like I did, because you'll get, you know, not, I wouldn't say dumb people, but kind of dumb people sometimes, and they will not carry the weight. Some of them might not even show up to class or answer your emails or texts or Facebook messages. So make friends with the smart people. That's about it.
Antoni, I don't have a lot of advice for you because you have a lot of experience learning from our 3 mistakes. I think if I could give you one piece of advice, it would to be exercise tolerance for other people, the world as a whole, yourself, your family. I think tempering your strong emotions and your passion with a little bit of foresight and not really being a butt will really get you far in life.
Especially not being a butt.
Don't be a butt.
Big butt.
My message for you would have to be, well, I don't know if you're gonna listen to me because you never listen to me, but this is my advice. In college, people are a lot different than they are in high school. Like, I'm not asking you to change, but like, you have to learn how to be less judgmental of people when you first meet them. Because
So basically change.
yeah, but no. But really though, you're an independent person. You're smart, book smart at least.
Not street smart.
Not street.
No, you'll get lost or like mugged on the street. Don't stay away from the streets.
Yeah, but you'll do well. I know that. It's just a matter of less judgment on other people and your brothers.
Antoni, going forward in life, I know you're very driven and ambitious, and you often feel like you're behind us three. Well, I mean, you are age-wise, but I think out of us four, academically perform the best, but as they said, academics isn't the only gauge. So I think try to have as many experiences as you can, and don't be afraid to fail, because fail means first attempt in learning. And look at these two, they basically failed a lot. So yeah, I think really go out there and do all you can.
And I think on a final note, based on what you said, Antoni, you're driven, but you still can't drive.
It's a good one.
Dad, thank you so much for, and I know this has been said 3 billion times, but just thank you so much for always taking care of us and providing for us, because we're a very needy family. And I truly do not understand how hard you work for this family and how forgiving you are, and you are just so patient with your patients and your wife and your kids and the grandma, and it's very admirable how you get up every day to take care of us, and you never ever take us for granted. And I just hope that I can channel that same amount of gratitude to you and the family for my entire life. Thank you. For Mom, thank you so much for taking care of me and providing for me and just really believing in me whenever I didn't believe in myself. And I feel that when you got really sick and got cancer and needed surgery, that I was so scared, and so was the family. And spending the entire summer just watching Damages with you, taking care of you when you were recliner ridden, you inadvertently put me into a role that I was never familiar with before, being mature and individual who had to take care of someone else in the caretaking role. And I'm just so grateful that you're still with me. Over these 18 years, I've really gotten to know you and just truly, truly love you, because you're such a strong, selfless and dedicated person, and you're just so passionate, and I want that same type. I want to live like that throughout my entire life, and I'm just so grateful. I cannot thank you enough. Thank you for my education, for this grad party, for dealing with my quirks, and just thank you for just kissing me on the head and giving me a hug whenever I needed, because you always know, You know when I need books, you know when I need more clothes, even though I don't need more clothes, and you just really know how to make me smile, and I'm very grateful. Thank you. To my brothers, thank you for showing me how to be independent and that I can make mistakes because I can learn from them. I know you guys haven't always been the nicest, and I think that's for the best. I'm a very emotional person, more so than other people. I'm very critical, very OCD, I'm a perfectionist, all the things you guys have been saying and probably bashing me about. And I feel like you three were very necessary to prepare me, and not for the outside world, but just for life in general, because people are way worse than you guys, and we live in Hawaii. This is the happiest place on earth. So I feel like when I fly the coop and go away, I feel like I'm gonna need those experiences of when I've had to harden myself and become, I guess, just an overall more tolerant and accepting person. So thank you, I guess. Is that the right word? To my family and those who came, thank you so much for coming. I'm so grateful and humbled by this wonderful turnout of how many people that I don't know. To my friends, music is all we need. And to the Filipino aunties in there, do not take out your Ziploc bags and tin foil. No. I'm just kidding. Thank you so much for coming, and have a great time.
That I got to know. That's why you got to come here alone. moments that you've never known. Keep for the future. Maybe we will stay here. Maybe somewhere close. But I'm never sure where you will go. So I've got to know. That's why you got to come here alone. Making it my whole